Sound Alerts у меня не работает. Ладно. Семен Свалов.
На гитара-то, шоссе-то.
Вижу Мейсон Б.
Блин, я сам так и не добрался на кофе, положил.
Та-ра-та-ра-там. Пара классов профессора Фига. Так, это опять какая-то вот... Так, а тут надо слагать или вычитать эту хуйню? Так, 11. 14, надо 7, да? Так, раз, два. Надо, значит, какую-то ящерицу. О. А тут, блядь... Окей. Ящерицу надо.
Lumos. Madam Cacao is getting what with Quidditch being sometimes I'm not
Sometimes I feel like...
question as to whether the man's at Hogwarts.
Что-то, Сань, ты будешь винишко сегодня?
У тебя идея фикс жесткая, да? Почему?
Police are thinking you teach it.
Блин, я просто съебал. Sometimes I feel
Professor
like
Heckish, isn't he?
5 FPS. Сука, блядь.
Так, а чё, там
The
это,
rumor is Professor
Где
Heckish.
0-то, блядь, справа или слева?
А?
0 справа или слева?
Слева.
Все равно она не
Have you
работает.
seen how the
Ну, типа, там хуйня полная.
Вот это вот хуйня нижняя, она а это
Где 0? Вот это 0?
это ноль. Дальше единорог 1 и заканчивается кракеном 9. Вулкан это 8.
Пиздец. Так. Значит, нужна вот эта вот хуйня. А, же, чтобы две совпали, да? То есть он по одной не откроет их, да? Вот этот сучек, блядь. Паука надо туда, блядь. Так, это... Дракончиксов.
It's clear Rhoda would. I die of embarrassment.
Это реально работает. Так, что там? Только вчера хотел спросить, будет ли толерантный Хогвартс. Будет. Всем привки в этом чате, тут только ты. Че, у меня там 20 FPS? Да. И пижама для сновидцев.
Да, хотя тут, наверное, рандомные шмотки падают.
Думаешь?
И рандомные статуи. Да.
Неплохо, чё?
Это ты заебал, нахуй.
Блядь, 7 уровня надо быть. Семен Свалов. Ну-ка. Да, лаги жесткие, действительно. Но они будут продолжаться. Нет, тут пока Влад только.
Который Артем вчера, наверное, на машину бабы поднял с Здравомана.
Не, он, кстати, что-то писал по этому поводу. Сейчас нормально все. Сейчас. Вот так.
Продается не тот.
Продается не тот. Блять, какая тварь. 500 рублей на Макдак, говорит, чисто залетело ему и все. Потому что он...
Сколько он поставил?
Он хуй забил. Не знаю, блядь, по сотке там, наверное. Ну ладно, быть в плюсе, это все равно приятно, наверное.
Минус на 5 тенге, не очень приятно.
5 тенге, почти косарь.
Понадеялся. Ну, надо было тебя слушать, что 3 ставить, садится.
Так.
Сегодня еще будут возможности проебать бабу.
Кэш. Так. Чё, какие новости, Влад, тоже рассказывай, что там происходит, что делаешь? Чем занимаешься в Стерлитамаке, кстати, ты так и не сказал вчера.
If only a new student was...
Привет всем зрителям из Стерлитамака. Отличный город. Оттуда родом Женя Баженов и... Кто там? А, Влад, ты там родился же, да? Я уже не помню. Профессор Фиг, профессор Фак. Тут вот прогрузка прикольная, когда дверь открываешь, конечно, блядь. Неприятно. Продаю квартиру, покупаю, ничего особенного. Ну да, каждый раз продаю квартиру, покупаю, там нормальные как бы.
А почем квартиры?
Почем квартиры в Стерлитамаке? Какого формата? Может, нам стоит задуматься тоже и вместо ставок на доту покупать, продавать квартиры в Стерлитамаке?
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It
Влад,
is
оцени
rather
от
unorthodox, to
0
say
до
the
10.
least.
Unorthodox. It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor.
Блять, я тут уже 5 минут
I'll
стою,
see what I
какой
can
визит.
find out.
Белый нахуй.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with
Слушай, у меня
Professor
тут
Black.
написано
It was a
общение,
book we were
Украина,
after.
СНГ, дружелюбный, артхаус, Казахстан, волшебство, юмор и русский. 10 тегов можно здесь, ну-ка, раз, два. Ой, еще один можно добавить. Так, какой тег добавить? Продаю, покупаю квартиру. Стерлитамак, в честь Влада добавим, так. Тут нет такого, к сожалению. Да, родился Женя Лили из универа. И художник Pixar, не помню, как его зовут. Все они из Стерлитамака, да? Женя из универа это кто? А Лили из универа это кто? Я помню только... Как его звали? Кузи само собой. Гоша или какой-то там лысый чел. И, конечно, замечательную Аллу из Госдумы тоже помню.
Wait, you accessed the restricted section? But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted
enough.
section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look.
Канада.
Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains.
А, Женя
Perhaps we can
Баженов,
still
да.
salvage something useful, though it may take some time.
Женя из универа.
I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive, Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
Лили девушку Гоши играла. Мое почтение жителям Стерлитамака. Бля, я все прослушал.
I understand.
Там не было
I'll see
выбора.
what I can learn about the missing
Кроме как
pages while
сказать
you're gone.
понятно.
Good.
Это обычно
Don't
как я
neglect your
диалоги веду с
studies.
людьми.
Your wand work is improving by the
Сказать
day.
активное слушание.
But you'll want to pay attention in herbology
Понятно.
and potions.
Ясно.
There's more to magic than spellcasting.
Plenty to keep me occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well. I look forward to seeing all that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your
Да там,
friends.
блядь, дел было
You may be
непроворот,
surprised by how
туда-сюда,
much you can
постоянно.
learn from them as well.
Под очки надо. Бля, реально. В охуенные очки. Опыта насыпали. Давайте, давайте, парни. Держи, профессор, по ебучке. Так, вот это литература. Гоголь.
Careful now.
Читать.
Meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible. I would like to talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of
А
the
это
castle.
навсегда? Бля, я совершенно случайно нажал.
Там же нужно было этот...
Выбрать друга вашего вечно. Пиздец.
Я 100% ожидал, что ты ценовой.
Так, время скрестить палочки. Финальный какой-то замес, бля. Сейчас пойдем палочки скрестим. Занятия по травологии, это мы, блядь, знаем. Тренировка комбинаций. Так, ну сперва травология, а потом все основное, правильно? Или потом травология?
Professor Fig and Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please
Что за,
complete the
блядь,
assignments I have given you,
аудиосообщения не
and then
оставляют?
proceed to see me in my classroom.
Нижний Хоксфилд. Да, да, там встретимся. Обязательно. Обязательно. А как выйти отсюда? Это карта мира, большая часть покрыта туманом, который не позволяет мне все видеть. Нижний, блять, Хоксфилд, понял?
Может, Оксфорд.
Коксфилд, верхний. Рассеивать туман. Скорее бы рассеять немножко тумана. А, ну квестов что-то много здесь, да, я так понимаю? Девушка из Уагуагуаду. Я не хочу с ней, блядь, можно отменить?
Как все ты выпал с черным братьями. Ура!
Больше движений с черными.
Саня, можем бабки выводить с букмекерской конторы.
Одобрили?
Угу.
Все, заливаем.
Так а что, наоборот, выливаем?
Ну все, выливаем. Зачем? Там же
Я
сейчас
свои 5000 выведу, которые заливал.
а на остальные будешь, да?
Да, да.
Заливать.
Future champion coming through.
Hello, Lucan. Is the final round of Cross Wands ready?
Big match today.
Once.
It
Два
all
FPS.
comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
Бля, слайд-шоу, конечно, жесткое.
А, вот видишь, я тебе говорю, что...
До 48 фэпс. Че там?
Я же тебе рассказывал,
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
была букмекерская контора.
Угу.
Букмекерская контора забрала эти самые 3000.
Дуэль будет с партнером? Нет.
I'll go it alone.
Then let's get started.
Вроде детский или средний.
We can make this a real victory.
Блин.
That's the spirit.
А это что, как я сказали бы, что их 4 будет, я бы позвал кого, блядь. Сука. Тут пиздец, как это вообще на это все? Вот такая есть. Все. Нет.
Don't shy away.
Что они реально просто стоят и спят?
Fringo.
Сейчас
There
я
goes my
посмотрю.
way.
Как пить воду? Наверняка. Не знаю, я могу вообще, видимо, спать и пить. А как... Ну я же регенюсь, наверное, да, самостоятельно? Или надо вот на 8 нажать? Не нажимаю, ничего не происходит, ну ладно. Такая вот война у нас. Так, а что начаться? Или я все сломал, или ничего не происходит? Ну чё? Их надо по каким-то другим, что ли? Так, чё, может игра сломалась? Не, ну, обычно не так было. Ну, типа, это что такое? Мне подойти и на них. Нормально. А мне только не втянуть ничего. Нет? Или есть?
Incendio.
Я вас ослеплю сейчас тогда. Не, а каким пробивать-то, блядь? Каким-то другим, что ли? Сейчас намутим. Левиасой, что ли?
Incendio.
Поближе посмотреть.
Accio. Incendio.
Да, это было хардово, но получилось как надо.
What a victory! You've won the tournament!
Большая часть или это только начало?
That was nothing. I'm just getting started.
If the best duelists in the school weren't enough competition, then perhaps you should consider transferring to Durmstrang. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
Спасибо.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
You earned it. You are a duelist to be reckoned with. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
А чё мне дали? Облачение чемпиона скрещенных палочек. Не знаю. Ты победил 3? А где, блядь?
Да, может быть, у меня место по предмету не было.
О! Чисто в пижаме ходить. Нет, мне его тоже как будто дали, но его нет в инвентаре.
Там больше 20 предметов подобных, поэтому подавай предметы торговцу.
Не, у меня их меньше, чем в нарядах нет. А, плащи и мантии? Нет. Ладно. Развелись, суки, значит. А нет, вот это и что? Доп контент. Контент, конечно, здесь. О. Ну-ка. ничего не понял. Я как будто их получил, но не получил. Ой.
Получил формулу немецкого унтер-офицера.
Да. Легендарная накидка.
Только, может, тут ты получил записи о нем в инвентарь заявился, или ты заходил?
Ну, блять. Вот в том-то и дело, что, ну, снаряжения нет, а вот в коллекциях.
Да.
И что это значит?
Что ты слышал о нем?
Ну.
Придется в следующий раз.
А, ну, успех. Ладно, что по заданиям? Тренировка комбинаций. Надо тренировать комбинации парочку. Все еще, видимо.
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
Не, позже.
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Акция Инсендио и Левиоса в одной комбинации.
Accio. Incendio. Leviosa.
Excellent fall.
Accio. Incendio.
Которые они мне дали.
Good one.
Ну, это они просто это пошалили.
You'll get it.
Accio. Incendio. Luma. Leviosa. Accio. Incendio.
Комбинация сумасшедшая, конечно. Вообще, так бы дуэлиться.
Impressive wand-work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
Ты просто одну кнопку долбишь и все. Чего он опять там? Я без тебя бы не справился. С манекеном кто угодно
So it was
справится.
only a training dummy.
True, but it's a difficult dummy. Believe me, I know. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Even though you won the tournament already, I'm glad to see you haven't stopped training. Stay sharp, my friend.
Спасибо, брат. Спину валите. Да, больше дуэлей нет. Браток ушел. Ладно. Пора на травологию. Так скажем.
I think it's a sign when you're good at something.
What am I missing?
Everyone seems to fear Professor Sharp, not me.
I think the man's brilliant. Only barked at me twice this week for singeing my ropes.
Oh, did you hear about the new spell we're learning in charms? I can't wait. You know it's gonna be a lot.
Lumos.
Wonder how Sharp injured his leg.
Good morning, Professor Garlick. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie.
Чё, блядь, профессор Чеснок.
Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Вот я вот с этим челом двигаюсь.
We do look forward to growing together.
Нормальный. Он в моменте.
How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb.
Тентакула не надо бояться, говорят.
Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Блять. Я не знаю, ну типа он теперь стал, да.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
Right at ease.
Repair! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a...
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Мечта Нюхлера, конечно.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Pardon me, Professor. What am I supposed to do with the dittany seeds?
Your part in all this floral alchemy is simple. Take the seeds to your potting table, plant them, and then wait for harvest time.
Навозный компостер можно наколдовать. У меня уже есть один. Навозный компостер.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
What should I be doing right now?
I'd like you to get some hands-on experience with the Chinese chomping cabbages. They're in the greenhouse, just across the footbridge. Mr. Pruitt will assist you with them.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Things are really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself.
Yeah?
I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. And Ravenclaws too. At least you did.
Гриффиндорцы. Всех этих гриффиндорцев.
Here we are, home of the... Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it. They'll do the rest.
Атакуйте манекен. Ё-моё.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... Well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Just because those cabbages will chomp on a dummy doesn't mean they do the same on, say, a goblin.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
See you back in class. К профессору Чесноук надо вернуться.
Off on another adventure, are we? And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves, I shall end our lesson here.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Мне тоже, да.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
To make anything grow, we must first
Подьянчик растет, родной.
That goes for plants as well as friendships. Kindness and concern are as necessary in the greenhouse as in the Great Hall.
Листья сладкой малевой. Expelliarmus.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems. Life seems rather dull.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he is.
Что сказали?
Saw an aura band on Professor Sharp's desk. I bet he knows more than he's letting on about the Goblin Rebellion.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
О, да.
Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Сок мурла комля. Очки как-то в рану, или кто я там, Пуффиндуй? Я же Пуффиндуй. Или как-то в рану, блядь, забыл. Рейвенкло. Наверное, как-то в рану.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
ЛС запускает там потихоньку.
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
Fine job brewing your first Wiggenweld potion. but there are many potions yet to learn. This is...
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Adurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Если их пока можно приумножить. Потом это самое. Турнир закончится и там уже можно будет, да, конечно. Конечно.
Your potion should not...
Да, у нас еще 40 минут. Горбин и Беркис. Корбин, Даллас, мультипаспорт. Яйца Алабамы. Обама. Перо Свупфера. Перчатки без пальцев цвета красного дерева. Ну все, тут уже вроде ничего больше нет.
Lumos.
Правильно? Ёк-мкарёк.
Your potion station's organized and free of clutter.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Adurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Договорились.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Усиливает защиту выпившего, покрывая его прочной каменистой кожей. Хорошо. Время варки. Выход одна бутылка. Блин, вот это, кстати, отстойно, что не время варки еще делают. Какая-то странная.
That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to.
Get it!
Lumos! Dragon's Dark! What happened?
Он сказал драконий дерьмо.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Не понимаю, о чем вы.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
That will be.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Все, чётенько.
Ugh, my robes are going to reek from Gareth's inspiration for the rest of term.
Сварил какого-то зелья там вкусного.
My Wiggenweld potion's utter rubbish. Wish I could just replace it with one from J. Pippin's.
Protego! Revelio!
А, точно. Ревелио уже есть, я про него вообще забыл.
Lumos.
Че, сидим здесь?
What are you up to now?
Пара микрокредитов. Блин, я так не хочу. Ну, чтобы она была моим тиммейтом. Можно, не надо. Ну, пожалуйста, можно, не надо, как-то может быть. Может, не надо, как это может быть. Что это сейчас происходит? Сейчас что-то происходит. Там уже 2200 зрителей. Стрим начнется только через 5 минут. Да, нам бы так. Продакшн не тот, конечно, но тем не менее. Хочется, чтобы шкильники содержали. Этим не работать. Морочащая закваска. Разгрузка.
There you are. The cross one's duelist to beat.
Давай, давай.
Thomas Brown knows more about books.
Пока поэксплорим.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Пока никак. Тут что-то не так. Нет, да? Какая-то книга. Вот. Easy catch.
Incendio. Accio.
Лунный камень. Шляпки прыгающих поганок.
Коллектор. Мало бонусов.
Бонус. Конечно, красиво они сделали. Лунного камня, конечно.
Вы говорили, что ли? Ребят.
Ребята, походу, бонуску захотели.
У тебя? Да? Меня западало? Ну, так, вот бы А я с VPN сейчас был, смотрел на офер. Я просто порекомендовали слот-бокс предложить, посмотрел, что это вообще такое, и какой там бейс, и какой там миндеп.
Может, можно здесь стыковаться, например, можно по Испании, даже в академии такая лицензия, даже написано инструмент.
Такая что?
Лицензия.
License.
Revelio.
Так, я ничего не понимаю, что здесь происходит. 2 FPS. Да.
Revelio.
Кажется, все здесь. Надо файтиться, я так понимаю.
I should investigate.
Это что такое? Барный плавает.
Кюрасао, брат, если National нужно брать. У них офис на Кипре и лицензия на Кюрасао похожа.
Курасава.
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll. And Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Harlow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Окей. Это отрадно слышать.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen and find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
I beg your pardon! How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
Надо.
А, ты получил ответ, или то, что ты мне скинул? Да? Отлично, тогда могу не заходить. Давай.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen.
I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to.
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi!
Это местные
Speak of the
бандиты.
devil, Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student, you can't be sick.
Enough out of you. Leave her alone.
To the right.
You shouldn't be here.
Accio. Incendio.
I'm a full pie.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Завершите бой. Вот ее нервы.
Perhaps some nice flag. We can hold them off.
I'm not going anywhere.
You'll take this student on the road, dead body. Expulso. How does that feel?
Incendio.
Hang on.
Let me
You haven't got expulso. Child.
Tell Rookwood to find me himself.
Шла в жепу. Дуэльные
What on earth just
уловки.
happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner. And so close to Hogwarts.
Да.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders.
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving
They're
on my
getting
research
dangerous.
before they return.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Невероятно.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Это скучновато как-то.
I'm not sure old vine-covered pillars are worth studying.
Well, I think anything concerning Merlin is worth pursuing, and I shall have you know, no one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has its symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Ну, хорошо.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell. We'll see what happens.
Revelio.
Так.
See that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
Accio. Incendio.
Balin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
How beautiful! What a day. I can hardly believe it.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Усач запустил свое туристическое агентство.
Там есть за 3 копейки. За 3 копейки, надеюсь.
Ну, он сказал, что пока будет пробные тестовые
I
приколы.
understand you're quite the enterprising young Ravenclaw. Professor Fig tells me you found a long-lost book for him. I'd like to talk to you about it.
Так, про стоимость здесь ничего не написано, но... У нас здесь охуевшая стоимость. Голосование. Два фепса.
Что, у тебя еще смотрит, пацан?
Нет? Damn, son. Mr. Ollivander.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
В Иран поедем? Сокотра, Иран или Кения. Но Кения еще не открыта.
Это Руслан Исаевич?
Северная Корея, говорит, тоже скоро будет. Это то, что
Good of
нужно.
you to come. My friend, Professor Fig, speaks highly of you and your resourcefulness. He was vague as to details, but mentioned your having tracked down a difficult-to-find book. I wondered if you'd be willing to do a little detective work on my behalf.
Угу. Там пики начались, кстати. Какая мне
I suppose I could. Why should I spend my time on a glorified errand?
It is much more than a glorified errand, to be sure. I dare say you'll find my proposal intriguing. Please, hear me out. You see, about a century ago, an heirloom applewood wand with a fairy wing core went missing from this very shop. My great-aunt suspected a student named Richard Jackdaw. He'd been serving as an assistant here and suddenly vanished.
Richard Jackdaw?
Like the bird. In fact, he was known to frequent the Hogwarts Owlry. We searched there, of course, but found no wand. We did find a series of statues similar to jackdaws. I'm certain they're a clue, but I cannot figure out where they lead. Jackdaw was last heard tittering about some pages with a map he'd stolen from Peeves. As you can imagine, the poltergeist was less than helpful.
I'll have a look for you. You've certainly given me plenty to go on.
Ah, you've brought hope to this old one-maker's heart. Professor Fig was right. You are a remarkable student.
Еще не кедроны, еще этот... Еще штраф, еще стейки. Пиздец там. Затрат.
Через неделю в пятницу придет получка.
Это фантастика. Сегодня пятница. Ладно, надо смотреть трансляцию.